I again extend my greetings to all of you who are within the masjid and outside online. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum
Let us turn
salam.
our Qur'ans to pages 821 in your Abdullah Yusuf Ali Qur'ans. Surah 21. Surah Anbiya. Commentary 147. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خاتم المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Commentary 147, page 821, Surah 21, Commentary 147. Men may lightly treat Allah's signs as jest, but the judgment must come inevitably. His message is true and delivered by Allah's apostles as from man to man. Truth must triumph, and all false gods and false worship must come to naught. For Allah is one, and His truth has been one throughout the ages. Surah 21, Anbiya, or the Prophets. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Closer and closer to mankind comes their reckoning, yet they heed not and they turn away. Never comes out to them of a renewed message from their Lord, but they listen to it as in jest, their hearts toying as with trifles. The wrongdoers conceal their private counsel, saying, is this one more than a man like yourselves? Will you go to witchcraft with your eyes open? Say, my Lord knoweth every word spoken in the heavens and on earth. He is the one that heareth and knoweth all things. Nay, they say, these are medleys of dreams. He forged it. He's but a poet. Let him then bring us a sign like the ones that were sent to prophets of old. As to those before them, not one of the populations which we destroyed believed. Will these believe? Before thee also the apostles we sent were but men to whom we granted inspiration. If you realize this not, ask of those who possess the message. Nor did we give them bodies that ate no food, nor were they exempted from death. In the end, we fulfilled to them our promise, and we saved them and those whom we pleased. But we destroyed those who transgressed beyond bounds. Now we have revealed for you, O men, a book in which is a message for you. Will you not then understand? How many were the populations we utterly destroyed because of their iniquities, setting up in their places other peoples? Yet, when they felt our punishment coming, behold, they tried to flee from it. Flee not, but return to the good things of this life which were given you, and to your homes, in order that you may be called to account. They said, woe to us! We were indeed wrongdoers. And that cry of theirs ceased not, till we made them as field that is mown, as ashes, silent and quenched. Not for idle sport did we create the heavens and the earth, and all that is in between. If it had been our wish to take just a pastime, we should surely have taken it from the things nearest to us, if we would do such a thing. Nay, we hurl the truth against falsehood, and it knocks out his brain, and behold, falsehood doth perish. Woe be to you for the false things you ascribe to us. To him belong all creatures of the heavens and on earth. Even those who are in his very presence are not too proud to serve him, nor are they ever weary of his service. They celebrate his praises night and day, nor do they ever flag or intermit. Is it a decision right there? No, it's not. Or have they taken or worship gods from the earth, who can raise the dead? If there were in the heavens and the earth other gods besides Allah, there would have been confusion in both. But glory to Allah, the Lord of the throne, high is he above what they attribute to him. He cannot be questioned for his acts, but they will be questioned for theirs. Or have they taken for worship other gods besides him? Say, bring your convincing proof. This is the message of those with me and the message of those before me. But most of them know not the truth, and so turn away. Not an apostle did we send before thee without this inspiration sent by us to him, that there is no God but I. Therefore worship and serve me. And they say, Allah most gracious has begotten offsprings. Glory to him. They are but servants raised to honor. They speak not before he speaks, and they act in all things by his command. He knows what is before them and what is behind them, and they offer no intercession except for those who are acceptable, and they stand in awe and in reverence of his glory. If any of them should say, I am a God besides him, such a God we should reward with hell. Thus do we reward those who do wrong. Commentary 148. Look at Allah's creation. Contemplate his unity of design and benevolence of purpose. Death must come to all, but life and faith are not objects of ridicule. Truth will outlast all mockery. 'Tis Allah who calls, because he cares for you, and on his judgment seat will weigh each act, each thought, each motive, great or small, with perfect justice. Come ye all, reject not his blessed message. Do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and the earth were joined together as one unit of creation before we clothed them asunder? We made from water every living thing. Will they not then believe? And we have set on earth mountains standing firm, lest it should shake with them. And we have made therein broad highways between mountains, for them to pass through, that they may receive guidance. And we have made the heavens as a canopy well guarded. Yet do they turn away from the signs which these things point to. It is he who created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. All the celestial bodies swim along, each in its rounded course. We granted not to any man before thee permanent life here. If then thou shouldst die, will they live permanently? Every soul shall have a taste of death. And we test you by evil and by good, by way of trial. To us must you return. When the unbelievers see thee, they treat thee not except with ridicule. Is this, they say, the one who talks of your gods? And they blaspheme at the mention of Allah most gracious. Man is a creature of haste. Soon enough will I show you my signs. Then ye will not ask me to hasten them. Now they say, when will this promise come to pass if you're telling the truth? If only the unbelievers knew the time when they will not be able to ward off the fire from their faces, nor yet from their backs, and when no help can reach them. Nay, it may come to them all of a sudden and confound them. No power will they have then to avert it, nor will they then get respite. Mocked were many apostles before thee, but the scoffers were hemmed in by the thing they mocked. Say, who can keep you safe by night and by day from the wrath of Allah most gracious? Yet they turn away from the mention of their Lord. Or have they gods that can guard them from us? They have no power to aid themselves, nor can they be defended from us. Nay, we gave the good things of this life to these men and their fathers until the period grew long of them. See they not that we gradually reduce the land in their control from its outlying borders? It is then they who will win. Say, I do but warn you according to revelation, but the deaf will not hear the call, even when they are warned. If but a breath of the wrath of thy Lord do touch them, they will then say, woe to us, we did wrong indeed. We shall set up scales of justice for the day of judgment, so that not a soul will be dealt with unjustly in the least. And if there be no more than the weight of a mustard seed, we will bring it to account, and enough are we to take account. And in the past we granted to Moses and Aaron the criterion for judgment and a light and a message for those who would do right, those who fear their Lord in their most secret thoughts and who hold the hour of judgment in awe. And this is a blessed message which we have sent down. Will you then reject it? Commentary 149. The great exemplars of virtue conquered evil, each according to his circumstances. Ibrahim stood staunch in the fire of persecution unhurt. Lut was bold in reproving abominations. Noah survived the flood by his faith in a world of unbelief. David sought justice and sang Allah's praises. Suleiman by wisdom subdued the refractory. Job was patient in suffering. Ismail, Idris, and Zulkifl were true in constancy amid temptation. Jonah turned to Allah after a short misunderstanding. Zechariah and his family were exemplars of devoutness and martyrdom of chastity. All men and women of Allah form one united brotherhood. We bestowed aforetime on Ibrahim his rectitude of conduct, and well were we acquainted with him. Behold, he said to his father and his people, what are these images to which you are so assiduously devoted? They said, we found our fathers worshiping them. He said, indeed, ye have been in manifest error, ye and your fathers. They said, have you brought us the truth, or are you one of those who jest? He said, nay, your Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, he who created them from nothing, and I am a witness to this truth. And by Allah, I have a plan for your idols after you go away and turn your backs. So he broke them to pieces, all but the biggest of them, that they might turn and address themselves to it. They said, who has done this to our gods? He must indeed be some man of impiety. They said, we heard a youth talk of them. He's called Ibrahim. They said, then bring him before the eyes of the people, that they may bear witness. They said, art thou the one that did this with our gods, O Ibrahim? He said, nay, this was done by this, the biggest one. Ask them if they can speak intelligently. So they turned in themselves and said, surely you are the ones in the wrong. Then were they confounded with shame. They said, thou knowest full well that these idols do not speak. Ibrahim said, do you then worship besides Allah things that can neither be of any good to you, nor do you harm? Fear upon you, and upon the things that ye worship besides Allah. Have you no sense? They said, burn them and protect your gods if you do anything at all. We said, O fire, be thou cool and a means of safety for Ibrahim. Then they saw the stratagem against him. But we made them the ones that lost most. But we delivered him and his nephew Lut and directed them to the land which we had blessed for the nations. And we bestowed on him Isaac, and as an additional gift a grandson Jacob, and we made righteous men of every one of them. And we made them leaders, guiding men by our command. And we sent them inspiration to do good deeds, to establish regular prayers, and to practice regular charity. And they constantly served us, and us only. And to Lut too, we gave judgment and knowledge. And we saved him from the town which practiced abominations. Truly they were a people given to evil, a rebellious people. And we admitted him to our mercy, for he was one of the righteous. Remember Noah, when he cried to us aforetime? We listened to his prayer, and delivered him and his family from great distress. We helped him against people who rejected our signs. Truly, they were a people given to evil. So we drowned them in the flood altogether. And remember Daud and Suleiman, when they gave judgment in the matter of the field into which the sheep of certain people were strayed by night? We did witness their judgment. To Suleiman we inspired the right understanding of the matter. To each of them we gave judgment and knowledge. It was our power that made the hills and the birds celebrate our praises with Daud. It was we who did these things. It was we who taught him the making of coats of mail for your benefit, to guard you from each other's violence. Will you then be grateful? It was our power that made the violent, unruly wind flow tamely for Suleiman to his order, to the land which we had blessed. For we do know all things. And of the evil ones were some who died for him and did other works besides it. It was we who guarded them. And remember Job, when he cried to his Lord, truly distress has seized me, but thou art the most merciful of those that are merciful. So we listened to him. We removed the distress that was on him, and we restored his people to him and doubled their numbers as a grace from ourselves, and a thing for commemoration for all who serve us. And remember Ismail, Idris, and Zulkifl, all men of constancy and patience. We admitted them to our mercy, for they were of the righteous ones. And remember Nun, when he departed in wrath, he imagined that we had no power over him. But he cried through the depths of darkness, there is no God but thou. Glory to thee, I was indeed wrong. So we listened to him and delivered him from distress. And thus do we deliver those who have faith. And remember Zachariah, when he cried to his Lord, O my Lord, leave me not without offspring, though thou art the best of the inheritors. So we listened to him, and we granted him Yahya. We cursed his wife's barrenness for him. We cured his wife's barrenness for him. These three were ever quick in emulation and good works. They used to call on us with love and reverence and humble themselves before us. And remember her who guarded her chastity? We breathed into her of our spirit, and we made her and her son a sign for all people. Verily, This brotherhood of yours is a single brotherhood, and I am your Lord and cherisher. Therefore serve me and no other. But later generations cut off their affair of unity, one from another. Yet will they all return to us. Commentary of 150. No good deed is fruitless. Work while yet there's time. For with judgment, the door will be closed to repentance. No false gods or fantasies can help. The righteous will have no fear. For them, the angelic greeting will truly open a new world, which they will inherit. This was Allah's message of old, and the same is Allah's message renewed. For Allah is one, and so is his message, proclaimed for all, freely, and in loving truth. Whoever works any act of righteousness and has faith, his endeavors will not be rejected. We shall record it in his favor. But there is a ban on any population which we have destroyed, that they shall not return, until the Gog and Magog people are let through their barriers, and they swiftly swarm from every hill. Then will the true promise draw nigh fulfillment. Then behold, the eye of the unbelievers will fixedly stare in horror. Ah, woe to us! We were indeed heedless of this. Nay, we truly did wrong. Verily ye unbelievers, that the false gods that ye worship besides Allah are but fuel for hell. To it will you surely come. And if these had been gods, they would not have got there, but each one will abide therein. Their sobbing will be their lot, nor will they there hear aught else. Those for whom the good record from us, those for whom the good record from us has gone before, will be removed far therefrom. Not the slightest sound will they hear of hell. What their souls desire, in that they dwell. The great terror will bring them no grief, for the angels will meet them with mutual greetings. This is your day, the day that ye were promised, the day that we roll up the heavens like a scroll rolled up for books completed. Even as we produced the first creation, so shall we produce a new one, a promise we have undertaken. Truly shall we fulfill it. Before this we wrote in the Psalms, after the message given to Moses, my servants the righteous shall inherit the earth. Therein the Quran is a message for people who would truly worship Allah. And we sent thee not, but as a mercy for all creatures. Say, what has come to me by inspiration is that your Allah is one Allah. Will you therefore bow to his will in Islam? But if they turn back, say, I have proclaimed the message to you all alike and in truth, but I know not whether that which ye are promised is near or far. It is he who knows what is open in speech, and what ye hide in your hearts. I know not but that it may be a trial for you, and a grant worldly livelihood to you for a time. Say, O my Lord, judge thou in truth. Our Lord, most gracious, is the one whose assistance should be sought against the blasphemies ye utter. Introduction to Surah Hajj. Surah 22, commentary 151. Will not mankind take warning from the dreadful consequences of evil clearly proclaimed to them? Will they dispute about Allah, the life of the future? They have only to look around and within them, and they will see vestiges of the plan and purpose of Allah. Let them not halt between good and evil. Allah's message as well as his messengers must win against all obstacles. Only the evil will be brought to shame and agony. The good, whose speech is pure and conduct worthy of praise, will have a meed of refinement, beauty, and bliss. Hajj, or the pilgrimage. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. O mankind, fear your Lord, for the convulsion of the hour of judgment will be a thing terrible. The day you shall see it, every mother giving suck shall forget her suckling baby. Every pregnant female shall drop her load unformed. Thou shalt see mankind as in a drunken riot, yet not drunk, but dreadful will be the wrath of Allah. And yet among men there are such as dispute about Allah without knowledge, and follow every evil one obstinate in rebellion. And about the evil one, it is decreed that whoever turns to him for friendship, him will he lead astray, and he will guide him to the penalty of the fire. O mankind, if you have a doubt about the resurrection, Consider that we created you out of dust, then out of a sperm, then out of a leech-like clot, then out of a morsel of flesh, partly formed and partly unformed, in order that we may manifest our power to you. And we cause whom we will to rest in the wombs for an appointed term. Then do we bring you out as babes, then foster you that you may reach your age of full strength. Some of you are called to die, and some are sent back to the feeblest old age, so that they know nothing after having known much. And further, thou seest the earth barren and lifeless. But when we pour down rain on it, it is stirred to life, it swells, and it puts forth every kind of beautiful growth in pairs. This is so because Allah is the reality. It is He who gives life to the dead, and it is He who has power over all things. And verily the hour will come. There can be no doubt about it, or about the fact that Allah will raise all who are in the graves. Yet there is among men such a one as dispute about Allah without knowledge, without guidance, and without a book of enlightenment, disdainfully bending his side in order to lead men astray from the path of Allah. For him there is disgrace in this life, and on the day of judgment we shall make him taste the penalty of burning fire. And it will be said, this is because of the deeds in which thy hand sent forth. For verily, Allah is not unjust to his servants. There are among men some who serve Allah as it were on the verge. If good befalls them, they are therewith well content. But if a trial comes to them, they turn on their faces. They lose both this world and the hereafter. That is loss for all to see. They call on such deities besides Allah as can neither hurt or profit them. That is straying far indeed from the way. Now perhaps they call on one whose hurt is nearer than his profit. Evil indeed is the patron, and evil the companion for help. Verily, Allah will admit those who believe and work righteous deeds in gardens beneath which rivers flow. For Allah carries out all that He plans. If anything that Allah will not help him, His apostles in the world and the hereafter, let him stretch out a rope to the ceiling and cut himself off. Then let him see whether his plan will remove that which enlarges him, enrages him. Thus have we sent down clear signs, and verily Allah doth guide whom He will. Those who believe in the Quran, those who follow the Jewish scriptures, and the Sabians, Christians, Magians, polytheists, Allah will judge between them on the day of judgment, for Allah is witness of all things. Seest thou not that to Allah bow down and worship all things are in the heavens and on the earth? The sun, the moon, the stars, the hills, the trees, the animals, and a great number among mankind? But a great number are also such as fit for punishment, and such as Allah shall disgrace, none can rise to honor. For Allah carries out all that He wills. Just this chapter. These two antagonists dispute with each other about their Lord. For those who deny their Lord, for them will be cut out a garment of fire. Over their heads will be poured out boiling water. With it will be scalded what is within their bodies as well as their skins. In addition, there will be maces of iron to punish them. Every time they wish to get away therefrom, from anguish, they will be forced back therein. And it will be said, taste ye the penalty of burning. Allah will admit those who believe and work righteous deeds to gardens beneath which rivers flow. They shall be adorned therein with bracelets of gold and pearls, and their garments there will be of silk. For they have been unguided in this life to the purest of speeches. They have been guided to the path of Him who is worthy of all praise. But as to those who have rejected Allah and will keep back men from the way of Allah and from the sacred mosque which we have made open to all men, equal is the dweller there and the visitor from the country. And any whose purpose therein is profanity or wrongdoing, them will we cause the taste of a most grievous penalty. Commentary 152. For our spiritual growth are provided symbols and means of expression in our ordinary lives. Such is the pilgrimage, meant to gather men and women from far and near to share in sacrifice and prayer and praise in an age-old center of worship. The sacrifices, too, are symbols of piety of heart, a longing to share with fellow men in the bounties of Allah. In the fight of truth is tested our purity of motive, unselfishness of aim, and devotion to right at the cost of self. Fearless must we fight, for truth has often been flouted, but must finally win. Behold, we gave the sight to Ibrahim of the sacred house, saying, associate not anything in worship with me, and sanctify my house for those who compass it round, or stand up, or bow, or prostrate themselves therein in prayer. And proclaim the pilgrimage among men. They will come to thee on foot and mounted on every kind of camel, lean on account of journeys through deep and distant mountain highways, that they may witness the benefits provided for them, and celebrate the name of Allah for the days appointed over the cattle which He has provided for them for sacrifice. Then eat ye thereof, and feed the distressed ones in want. Then let them complete the rites prescribed for them, perform their vows, and again circumambulate the ancient house. Such is the pilgrimage. Whoever honors the sacred rites of Allah, for him it is good in the sight of his Lord. Lawful to you for food and pilgrimage are cattle, except those mentioned to you as exceptions. But shun the abomination of idol, and shun the word that is false, being true in faith to Allah, and never assigning partners to Him. If anyone assigns partners to Allah, he is as if he had fallen from heaven and been snatched up by birds, or the wind had swooped like a bird or its prey and thrown him into a far distant place. Such is his statement: whoever holds and honors the symbols of Allah and the sacrifice of animals, such honor should come truly from piety of heart. In them you have benefits for a term appointed. In the end, their place of sacrifice is near the ancient house. To every people did we appoint rites of sacrifice, that they might celebrate the name of Allah over the sustenance He gave them from animals fit for food. But your God is one Allah. Submit then your wills to Him in Islam, and give thou the good news to those who humble themselves, to those whose hearts, when Allah is mentioned, are filled with fear, who show patient perseverance over their afflictions, who keep up regular prayer and spend in charity out of what we have bestowed upon them. And the sacrificial camels we have made for you as among the symbols from Allah. In them is much good for you. Then pronounce the name of Allah over them as they line up for sacrifice. When they are down on their sides after slaughter, eat ye thereof, and feed such as beg not, but live in contentment, and such as beg with due humility. Thus have we made animals subject to you, that you may be grateful. It is not their meat nor their blood that reaches Allah. It is your piety that reaches Him. He has thus made them subject to you, that you may glorify Allah for His guidance to you, and proclaim the good news to all who do right. Verily, Allah will defend from ill those who believe. Verily, Allah loveth not any that is a traitor to faith or shows ingratitude. To those against whom war is made, permission is given to fight because they are wrong. And verily, Allah is most powerful, and for their aid. They are those who have been expelled from their homes in defiance of right, for no cause except that they say, our Lord is Allah. Did not Allah check one set of people by means of another? There would surely have been pulled down monasteries, churches, synagogues, and mosques in which the name of Allah is commemorated in abundant measure. Allah would certainly aid those who aid His cause. For verily, Allah is full of strength, exalted in might, able to enforce His will. They are those who, if we establish them in the land, establish regular prayer and give regular charity, enjoin the right and forbid the wrong. With Allah rests the end and decision of all affairs. If they treat thy mission as false, so did the people before them with their prophets, the people of Noah and Ad and Thamud, those of Ibrahim and Lut, and the companions of Madian people, when Moses was rejected in the same way. But I granted respite to the unbelievers, and only after that did I punish them. But how terrible was my rejection of them. How many populations have we destroyed, which were given to wrongdoing? They tumbled down on their roofs. And how many wells are lying idle and neglected, and castles lofty and well built? Do they not travel through the land, so that their hearts and minds may thus learn wisdom, and their ears may thus learn to hear? Truly, it is not their eyes that are blind, but their hearts which are in their breasts. Yet they ask thee to hasten on the punishment. But Allah will not fail in his promise. Verily, a day in the sight of thy Lord is like 1,000 years of your reckoning. And to how many populations did I give respite, which were given to wrongdoing? In the end, I punished them. To me is the destination of all. Commentary 153. The power of evil is in insidious suggestions. They are only a trial to those whose hearts are inclined to evil, but truth doth shine the nobler for the believers by the grace and guidance of Allah. Martyrs who give their all in the cause of Allah will find a provision ample and eternal. The finest and subtlest mysteries are but proofs of the goodness of Allah. Dispute not about rites and ceremonies. Follow the straight way. Seek the worship of the one true Allah, and strive in his service, that ye may be witnesses among men to Allah's truth, as the apostle is a witness to you. Say, O men, I am sent to you only to give a clear warning. Those who believe and work righteousness, for them is forgiveness and a sustenance most generous. But those who strive against our signs to frustrate them, they will be companions of the fire. Never did we send an apostle or a prophet before thee, but when he framed a desire, Shaitan threw some vanity into his desire. But Allah will cancel anything vain that Shaitan throws in, and Allah will confirm and establish his signs. For Allah is full of knowledge and wisdom, that he may make the suggestions thrown in by Shaitan but a trial for those in whose hearts is a disease and who are hardened of heart. Verily, the wrongdoers are in a schism far from the truth. And that those on whom knowledge has been bestowed may learn that the Quran is the truth from thy Lord, and that they may believe therein, and their hearts may be made humbly open to it. For verily, Allah is the guide of those who believe to the straight way. Those who reject faith will not cease to be in doubt concerning revelation until the hour of judgment comes suddenly upon them, or there comes to them the penalty of a day of disaster. On that day, the dominion will be that of Allah. He will judge between them. So those who believe and work righteous deeds will be in gardens of delight. And as for those who reject faith and deny our signs, there will be a humiliating penalty. Those who leave their homes in the cause of Allah and are then slain or die, on them will Allah bestow verily a goodly provision. Truly, Allah is he who bestows the best provision. Verily, he will admit them to a place with which they shall be well pleased. For Allah is all-knowing, most forbearing. That is so. And if one has retaliated to no greater extent than the injury he received and is again set upon inordinately, Allah will help him. For Allah is one that blots out sins and forgives again and again. That is because Allah merges night into day, and he merges day into night. And verily, it is Allah who hears and sees all things. That is because Allah, he is the reality. And those besides him whom they invoke, they are but vain falsehood. Verily, Allah is he, most high, most great. See thou not that Allah sends down rain from the sky, and forthwith the earth becomes clothed with green? For Allah is he who understands the finest mysteries, and is well acquainted with them. To him belongs all that is in the heavens and on earth. For verily Allah, he is free of all wants, worthy of all praise. See thou not that Allah has made subject to you men all that is on the earth, and the ships that sail through the sea by his command? He withholds the sky's rain from falling on the earth except by his leave. For Allah is most kind and most merciful to man. It is he who gave you life, will cause you to die, and will again give you life. Truly man is most ungrateful creature. To every people have we appointed rites and ceremonies, which they must follow. Let them not then dispute with thee on the matter, but do thou invite them to thy Lord, for thou art assuredly on the right way. And if they do wrangle with thee, say, Allah knows best what it is you're doing. Allah will judge between you on the day of judgment concerning the matter in which you differ. Knowest thou not that Allah knows all that is in the heaven and on earth? Indeed, it is all in a record, and that it's easy for Allah. Yet they worship besides Allah things for which no authority has been sent down to them, and of which they have really no knowledge. For those that do wrong, there is no helper. When our clear signs are rehearsed to them, thou wilt notice the denial on their faces of the unbelievers. They nearly attack with violence those who rehearse our signs to them. Say, shall I tell you of something far worse than these signs? It's the fire of hell. Allah has promised it to the unbelievers. And evil is that destination. O men, here is a parable set forth. Listen to it. Those on whom besides Allah you call cannot create even a fly. That they all met together for the purpose, and if the fly should snatch away anything from them, they would have no power to release it from the fly. Feeble are those who petition and those whom they petition. No just estimate have they made of Allah. For Allah is He who is strong and able to carry out His will. Allah chooses messengers from angels and from among men. For Allah is He who hears and sees all things. He knows what is before them and what is behind them. And to Allah go back all questions for decision. O you who believe, bow down, prostrate yourselves, and adore your Lord and do good, that ye may prosper. That's a decision. And strive in his cause as ye ought to strive, with sincerity and under discipline. He has chosen you and has imposed no difficulty on you in religion. It is the code of your father Ibrahim. It is he who has named you Muslims, both before and in this revelation, that the apostle may be a witness for you, and ye be witnesses for mankind. So establish regular prayer, give regular charity, and hold fast to Allah. He is your protector, the best to protect, and the best to help. Alhamdulillah. And that is the truth. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Oh, wow. We're reading a little quick now, huh? Wow. That was a quick reading there. So we will break our fast somewhere around 6:23, inshallah. That's another 10 minutes from now, so don't eat yet. 6:23 is our break. So tomorrow, Hajj, we will start, tomorrow, brothers and sisters, we will start our reading at 5:40. Inshallah, 5:40 we'll start our reading. A reminder also, this weekend, your clocks will move over an hour, but I'll let you know Saturday night what time the reading is going to be on Sunday, inshallah, because we'll be an hour ahead. So if it comes to somewhere around 45, it might be 6:45, in which we'll probably start, not 6:45, but 6:45 probably be when we'll start the reading. It'll be an hour ahead of us. It won't be 5 no more, it'll be 6. So we move up an hour, that'll be on Sunday. And also a reminder that I will be passing out on the 20th night, usually the 20th day of Ramadan, I usually pass out zakat calculation sheets. So everyone will know that if you're paying your zakat, you should. It's an obligation on you to pay your zakat, annual zakat. And then as a reminder, your annual zakat and your zakat fitr is different. Everybody's responsible, obligated to pay your annual zakat once a year, 2.5% of your net earnings. That's the minimum. And then your zakat fitr is right before Eid Day also. And then the zakat fitr will be $20 per person within your family. So if you got 10 people in your family, you have to pay $20. You can afford it, then you have to pay $200. If you got 2 people, 40. You got 120, and that's how that goes. So that's the zakat fitr. The annual zakat is your calculation of whatever your net earnings is after you paid off all legacy and debt throughout that year. Most people pay all the minimum. We pay the minimum, but we want the maximum from Allah. So let us be mindful of that, inshallah. So make sure that's an obligation, just like your salat 5 times a day is an obligation. Your annual zakat is an obligation on you. If you do not pay your annual zakat and you can't pay your zakat, then your pillar will be destroyed. Your pillar will be broken and your foundation will crumble. So you will not get the reward that you really receive, especially during this Ramadan. So let's make sure that happens, inshallah. And then I have calculation sheets so you can figure it out for yourself. So, any questions? Any questions about the fast? With that being said, we're going to dismiss, inshallah, and we'll wait for our fast to break, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Brothers and sisters, you can go online to Cash App, $FirstCleveland to pay. You can go to firstclevelandmiles.org. PayPal, you can go to firstclevelandmiles.com, that's our Zelle. Or you can put my telephone number in and Zelle it. Or you can write a check out at 3613 East 131st Street, Cleveland, Ohio 44120. And of course, those people who are online, strive as much as you can every time that you read. If you're not, try to subscribe to these readings and get other people to read along with you, inshallah, so that we can spread the message of Islam. People need to hear this Quran. And so by putting it on social media, we give people the opportunity to listen to the Quran, inshallah. And when you're listening to the Quran, strive as much as you can to be pure, to be in wudu, and make sure the people with you are in wudu also. So inshallah, let us be mindful of that. With that being said, inshallah, may Allah bless all of you and continue to bless you during your fast.